Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Goose, or that one animated Goose, and I'm going to be doing my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile on this channel. Now I used to do these on my old channel, but I don't do things like that on that channel anymore. Damn, I haven't uploaded in that channel in a long time, but I'm going to be doing them on here more often because this is going to be like an anime and JoJo channel, so yeah. But anyway, if you guys do like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and tell me that you enjoy these videos because I've got a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh videos that I know I could do, and JoJo stuff. So if you enjoy the JoJo stuff, stay around as well because I promise I'll be doing a lot more of them. But anyway, so first up we run triple Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Now this card is great, especially with the release of Abyss King Gilgamesh. This card just becomes a lot more powerful because it's an easy search to get off instantly, and it lets you bring stuff back. And even when you can get this on the field with other cards such as Meteor Burst, it is also very powerful. And yeah, you just kind of have to run this card at 3. Of course, the search of the deck, Savant Kepler, you have to run this card. This lets you search your contracts, and your contracts let you play this deck, basically. It just allows more power, plus it's a level 1, so it's really useful to go into things such as Link Karibo. Lamia, the link of the deck, the tuner of the deck. You need to play this at 3 as well. This is one of the most powerful cards because you constantly can get it back with its effects. And yeah, so you can synchro climb with this, being able to go into things like this to this, and being able to get negates off thanks to this card. And the fact that it can bring itself back is automatically really useful. And of course we're playing Triple Swirl Slime. This card lets you basically fusion from your hand with another monster in your hand, and it is so useful. And now I'm running Triple Necro Slime. I used to only run one of this for some reason, I don't know why, but now I'm running 3 of it, and I'm so happy that I do, because this card is so useful, and you need 3 of this, because when it's in your graveyard, you can use cards in your graveyard as fusion material and summon a fusion monster. And this lets you go into your bigger monsters. And yeah, it's just a mandatory card. All of these are the cards that you need to play 3 of in the deck. And now we got 1 Vice Typhon. This card's really actually quite good because it's extremely useful in certain situations, seeing as it's a bigger number, meaning that you can go into bigger monsters. And of course 1 Ghost. I didn't used to play this card, but now I run it and I think it's quite useful. It's not my favourite card, but definitely not my least favourite. Savant Thomas. This card is really good because it just lets you record cards and bring them back to your hand. God damn it. And yeah, this card is just extremely useful. And of course, you have to run 2 of it. I feel like you could run 1 of it, but I just prefer the 2 that I play of it because I think it just allows you to see it more often, but not too much, to where it becomes a brick. 1 Copernicus, you only need 1 of this card. It's not that good. It's a powerful card, but you don't need more than 1 of it because you don't use it more than once. You don't even need it a lot of the time for your big combos. And Chaos King Apocalypse, this card is just really useful because it's so easy to bring out, and because since it's a DDD, you can go into a lot of big monsters with it. We're also playing 1 Rebel King Leonidas, just simply because it's so easy to get on the field because of your contract damage, and it lets you gain your life points that you took back. This is a free summon usually. We're also playing 1 of the newest card, Supreme Gate King Zero Maxwell. You need this card just because it's really useful to be able to bring things to 0 and then deal piercing damage to them, and it's really easy to get out on the field, because it just lets you go in for a quick kill with your opponent during when you're getting close to time running out. The last card, the last monster in this deck at least, is Doom King Armageddon Knight. This card is just really, it's the number. It's like DDD, and it's just useful because it's a 3k beater that you can get on the field, and it just gives you a lot of power when it's on field, and quickly lets you wipe your opponent out. And it's not hard to get out. But anyway. Next we're going to be moving into the spells of the deck. And this is where it gets really interesting. So of course, you have to play Triple Gate. You can't not play triple of this card. This card is literally one of, if not the best card in the deck. It's your search engine. Also, we're playing double Dark Contract with Swamp King. You need this card as well because it lets you go into your bigger cards. And when you don't open things like Necro Slime or Swirl Slime, you need this card as well. but it's very rare, but you'd still need that card. Also, we're playing Where Art Thou. Anyone that's seen one of these decks from anyone else knows that this card is busted for this deck. Because you can lose 2,000 life points out of it, but usually you've got a card which means that you won't take the damage. And the last Searcher Willy that we're playing is 1-for-1. You need this card as well because it's so useful. It lets you send something to the graveyard, which is always good in this deck. Plus, it lets you add a level 1. So if you, no, it lets you summon a level 1. So if you don't get a card such as Lamia or Kepler, you play this. It's so powerful. I like to get rid of, when I already got everything I need, I like to get rid of a Lamia with that card to summon another Lamia. So Synchro is that much easier. But yeah, next we're moving into the spells that let you give you draw power. So we're playing 3 Allure of Darkness. Everyone knows that this is just dark draw power. We're also playing Upstart Goblin because it's really powerful because it doesn't matter that they gain 1,000 life points because you're just so quickly with your big monsters going to get rid of that life points that they've gained and more. And we're also playing Foolish Burial and Monster Reborn. These 2 cards are very useful. Sadly, you can only play one of each of these cards because that's what the ban list says and the limited list. And the last card that I play, which is brand new to this, is Escape from the Dark Dimension. This card is very useful because I saw some things on it and you can so easily bring things like these back. Then getting them back in the graveyard just to be able to re-combo with them, being able to use the card twice basically, which is so powerful because a lot of these cards banish themselves to do their effect, and being able to just bring them back is extremely useful. But that's it for the main deck. Now we're getting onto the extra deck. So playing Double Flame King Genghis. I've always played 2 of this card. This is one of my favourite cards in the whole deck. This card just lets you bring cards back to go and link to go to Synchro Climb. And you can bring this card back sometimes. And we've got one of its upgraded form, Flame High King Genghis. You only need one of this because you can't really Synchro Climb with this card. And it's harder to get out. But I still, and this is a free negate as well, so you always want this on your end board. And we're also playing One Wave King Caesar Ragnarok. Now, most people don't play this card, but I think this card is absolutely busted, being able to take attack points from a monster and then attack into them. And that's the main reason why you play so many big guys at one of, and why you play 2 Dark Contract with Swamp King. Because you can go into this and you basically beat your opponent down to nothing. We're also playing 1 Dog Boy, basically. This card is simple because it just can stop your opponent from able to use spell and traps against you for a turn, and it's just really powerful. We're also playing 1 Oracle King the Ark, simply because I can't tell if this is a king because this thing's got titties. But you need these cards simply because this means when your contracts activate, you don't take the damage and you gain the life points instead, which is really powerful for this deck. Next we play the Synchros. Curse King Siegfried, one of my favourite cards in the whole deck. I love the design. It's a free negate. It's really powerful. We're also playing basically Synchro Genghis. We're playing Alexander. You need this card because it's what you Synchro Climb up with this usually. We're also playing Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon because this is another free negate. And we're also playing Meteor Burst because this lets you simply use cards from your Pendulum Scale and summon them up to the field, which is really powerful. And we're playing another one of the cards I adore, Duodon King Kali Yuga. You need this card for so many reasons. It's just busted, really. Really, it's a busted card that basically stops your opponent from being able to do stuff. And it's 3,500 attack beat stick, and it's not hard to get out on field. We're also playing another Rainkate, Hope Harbinger. This is another negate. I don't go into this as much as I would Kali Yuga or any of the other cards, but you still really like this as an option. Last for the XYZs, we're playing Wave High King Caesar. Now this card is really easy to get out on field and kind of useful. A lot of people, I like this card because it's quite easy to go into with Genghis, because you play 2 Genghises, so you can easily go into it. And next we're playing Gilgamesh. This card is busted because you just put 2 cards in your Pendulum Scale, which is really good because you can add 2 like these. Or if you want to go with high and low ones, then you could go for a high Pendulum Summon, even though I don't do that as often. But the only side effect is that it doesn't let you summon anything but DDD. But you usually want to use this in the later half of your turn, when you've already got out all your negates, and it's just really good. And the last link that we're running is Link Karibo. This card's just a standard. It protects your cards because it can get rid of itself instead of a card that's going to be destroyed. And yeah, but that's the end of this deck profile. Tell me what you guys think. I should be doing another Yugioh video probably on Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, and if you want me to do more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, I've got a Fluffle deck that I really want to show off, and I will plan to do that pretty soon. But yeah, but that's the end of this video, so I will see you guys later. Bye.